Alright, here's my review for Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe. And no, I did not remember that. Big title. They gave us these cards at the movie showing, at the movie screening. I really like these cards, pretty cool. And one of the reasons I really like these cards is because they didn't even have a poster. Some movie theaters had a poster, not my theater. And I will give them this. They're one of the only theaters that it's an AMC theater. And they're one of the only theaters that I go to sometimes for anime movies, because they normally are one of the only few ones that show a lot of the anime movies. But sometimes they don't have a poster. But at least I got this, which is cool. Anyways, this is what I will say. This is my first time experiencing Gundam. I had known nothing about Gundam. The only thing I know about Gundam is that one of my friends went to Tokyo, Japan, wherever he went, and there was a huge Gundam life-size model, and he was so excited. He took so many photos next to it, and I was looking, I was like, that looks so cool. And I've seen people wear like Gundam shirts. I've seen stuff, you know. And I've also seen the movie Ready Player One, where I think that I'm pretty sure on Ready Player One there's a Gundam something. There's something a Gundam, or I might be wrong. It might be something totally different, but it looked like a Gundam if I'm wrong, or a Gundam machine. I'm not sure. I might be saying, I don't even know. I mean, it looks like a mobile suit. I might be saying all these terms wrong, but this is my first experience with Gundam, so give me some grace. All I'm gonna say is this. Did I like it? Yes, I did. And here's the thing. Sometimes when I go see anime movies I have no idea about, like I went to see Chainsaw Man movie, and that was really good, and that made me want to watch the series. I still haven't watched it yet, but this is what I'll say about this. The animation was so flawless, so beautiful, that I don't know if I'm sure not every episode looks like this, but I gotta double check. I gotta look up. I need to figure out where to start, because what I want to do is I like this movie so much that I at least want to see where would I start if I want to follow these characters. I need to look up where I want to start. Is it a series? Is it a movie? Where do I start? I like that in the beginning they give you a previously on, so you get a quick little jumble of scenes and they show you like what happened in the past a little bit. But this is mainly a movie for people who already know what's going on. Because there's one point in the movie where I felt like a little bit slow, but I forgive them for that, because it's not that it was slow. It's just that I didn't know what was going on. These characters talking, I don't know what's going on, and I just was a little bit lost, but that's on me. But ultimately, the movie as a whole, very good. But here's the reason why I want to like look up more Gundam stuff. Because even though I don't know anything about anyone, the movie, every character is so unique. Even the background characters, they look so unique. Whoever's doing the character designs, chef's kiss. They're perfect. Because some of the characters, even if it's a girl or a guy, whoever it may be, they always have some sort of tattoo, maybe a nose piercing, maybe some cool glasses. Everyone looks so unique. And I really like that. Like, somehow they was able to capture like people, like just everyday people, you know, like maybe they took photos of all around the world, and they're like, okay, we can't have any two people in a room that looks exactly alike. And I love that, because it's like, obviously if you go out you might see some, here's the thing, in real life you go walking around, everyone's face looks a little bit different, because they're different people, their parents are different, they come from different backgrounds. The movie and this cast of characters, their quirks and how different they look, their nose might be bigger than other, or someone might have dimples. Like, I just like, I don't know if I might be weird for the only person, I'm sure people pay attention to it, but for me, first time not knowing anything about it, I'm just like looking at the animation and stuff. They put so much time into the background, because no one is really background. Everyone like has a piece. The only thing that I will say, like, there was a point in this film where like there was a loss of life on one of the teams, and it would happen so quick, and then they showed like a flashback of that character, and it's like, oh, I like that character. And I kind of felt like they should have given more time to scenes that life was gonna get lost, you know. That's the only thing I would have wanted a little bit more. But you feel connected to almost every character, even though I don't know everyone. I feel like I want to know more. And I'm a sucker for I'm a sucker for a good rom-com, and I'm a sucker for some romance in some movies. And anime does really good with like romance, and kind of like, it's not that this whole movie is romantic, but the point is there's elements of, I don't know where this is going. I don't know. I'm new, so I don't know anything. But all I'm saying is they pepper in some factors of maybe a love triangle, or maybe someone had feelings for someone before, and then I don't know, because I haven't seen everything. But from what I got from the movies, there was someone who this guy was already with for a long time. She had red hair or whatever, and it seemed like they were together for a while, and then he met this other girl named Gigi. But here's the thing. Obviously, this should not be my main focus coming out the movie. But the point I'm trying to make is that I like when anime can incorporate some type of romance or some type of just something mundane or something as the character puts it, carnal, some type of carnal desire, some type of, I like that because especially in this type of world that they're in, this guy's fighting all these he's fighting a mobile suit, he's flying and he's flying his Gundam and like he's doing all these things. And at the end of the day in life, you know, you want to be loved. Sometimes you have someone you like, you know what I mean? I don't know the full story of these two people, but all I'm gonna say is I love the ending. This had like one of the best endings of any movie I've ever seen, like ending on a high note, because after this big battle, without me spoiling much, this is what I'm gonna say. It ends in a kiss. If that's a spoiler, I'm sorry, but just all I'm gonna say is it ends in a kiss and an 80s song playing, and I loved it. One, because I love 80s music, and two, because it was just cool ending. Like you end with a kiss and then just cuts to black and just play 80s music. I was like, yeah, heck yeah. Like I was not expecting that from this movie. And it's not that I expected it to be whack. I didn't expect it to have so much heart, even though I don't know many of the characters. But because of not just the beautiful animation and the character designs, because the way these, even the background characters move around this world, and like I said, I'm calling them background characters, but they're really not. They're parts of the team. They're parts of the team helping this guy on this mission. And it seems like everyone is important. And I like that. Because it seems like everyone has their own life. Like when the characters, even if a side character comes in just to like to help fix his machine or whatever, when that character walks away, just that 2 or 5 second interaction with that character, you just feel like they have a life. You feel like they walk off screen and they have a life. You feel like they have someone they love as well. You feel like they have dreams and goals. I don't know why. I just feel like the way they make these characters look and feel, it just feels like heart to me. I don't know why. That's how I felt in the theater, at least. So I'm going to look up where I can follow more of this and where I can start. I don't know where to start. I don't know if I'm going to really watch it, but I just want to at least watch one episode and see if I want to watch more. I just want to follow these characters and see like where it began. I don't know. But this is what I knew, even though I didn't know anything, but what I knew about Gundam was that there were big suits or big mechs or whatever. And in my mind, before watching this, I figured maybe they're making these suits to like, I don't know, fight something, but it basically seems like they're just fighting each other. It's just like the regular world. Like people have armies, except now instead of just armies, they have bigger armies. They have mobile suits and there's countries fighting. I'm not completely sure, but one scene that I liked in particular is there's a scene where it seems like someone's life is flashing before their eyes. And I like that because it gives a little bit more insight to the character, and especially since I'm very new, it was good for me to see, okay, I'm starting to put some pieces together. And also, there's a point where one of the characters is talking about the government. It might be in a past battle he had, but there was a battle where there was a battle in space, and I think he was remembering it because there was a moment where someone was having it was like he was going inside his mind. He was having some issues he was going through during a battle, and I think he said something about the government wanted to make people leave the planet so they could control the planet better, like making interstellar travel seem like the best thing in the world, so that way they could keep the Earth for themselves. I'm not sure if this is a through line through the entire series. I just like that this is put in the movie because it makes me think about more stuff than just the battle at hand. And it makes me think about the entire series and these governments and how things are ran. And it sucks because obviously, you know, in real life there's wars and stuff like that. But as far as this world that I'm watching, I like the characters and I want to see, I'm kind of curious, like, obviously if I'm saying I'm curious why this all started, but at the end of the day, like humans are gonna fight. Like there's one point that there's another saying that the film says that I really like about humans being animals and them trying to transcend them being animals and transcend life and death by conquering and doing all this stuff and buying all these lands and stuff like that, because they, you know, they're trying to get past the fact that they're going to be gone just like everyone else. And I just feel like there's a lot of ideas in this movie that I don't really know too much about, but from my first experience ever with this, I did enjoy it, and I think I want to see where to start. So if you guys know where I can start, if this is a series, I'm pretty sure it's a series. If this if I should start with a set of movies. I'm not saying I'm definitely gonna check it out, but if someone gives me a good place to start, I will at least look up where can I start with these characters' arcs to see if I really want to get into this world, because I don't know how long it is, I don't know how many episodes, I don't know anything. But all I can say is from this film, I did enjoy it as someone who didn't know anything, and hopefully the fans enjoyed it as well. And let me know what you guys think about that ending. I mean, I just thought it was so rock star and so cool to end the movie like that. Like, you don't really see movies end like that, like with a kiss and like cuts to black. Like, that's like something like from the 90s or something, or like the early 2000s. Like, movies don't end like on such a high note like that. And the reason it felt like a high note for me is because this person, he's already been fighting so much stuff. He's going through all these wars. And it's like, at the end of the day, we all want love. We all want love. We all want to share this world with someone. And I'm not saying that like, I guess I am saying this. I guess I am saying love is the power of all. I'm a romantic at heart. So I feel like when I watch this movie and certain parts get really bleak, and certain people have to be on certain sides and taking out certain people, and obviously no one wants to fight forever. I just feel like it was just a silver lining in the movie because he wasn't expecting it, and he received some type of love, and he received some type of softness among the hardness he had to do. And the movie is just ending like that just felt like, I know there's another battle along the horizon. I know this is not the end of this entire series, but I just like it ending on such a high note. It's just like almost like a love conquers all, or just like giving him a moment, a moment of peace, a moment of just floating in the sky, just kissing someone. That just made me feel happy for this character, because it seemed like this world is so much going on. But I enjoyed it. Call me hopeless and romantic if you want, but I enjoyed it. And I just like when anime does stuff like that. And I think anime does relationships and stuff like that really well, and balances out with the nuance of war and different things going on. But yeah, it's Dejo, another name, spread love and light. I'm babbling. I don't really know much about this, but let me know what you think, and let's sign off.